Hello there. I want to speak to you about my travels to finding out whether I got prostate cancer or not. Now, the first thing is, I am not medically in any way trained or anything. I'm just an average, ordinary person, and I'm be 68 this year. So, as I say, I'm not medically trained. But I'd just like to explain my journey from one end to the other end of getting to find out whether I've got prostate cancer or not. Now, the first things like all us men should do is get a PSA blood test. I wasn't informed by the doctors about going for a test or anything like that. It's just that I happened to, when I had a pub, do a charity calendar for prostate cancer to raise money for prostate cancer. That's when I looked into the symptoms and other, bits and pieces, and that's when I found out about a PSA blood test. So I've been having a PSA blood test since my mid-50s, every year without fail. And the numbers have been coming up, 4.3, 4.5, 4 point this, that and the other. The highest number was a 4.7. Doctors called me in when to get the blood test results. He's called me in, finger up the backside. It's not a problem to have that done. It doesn't hurt or anything. Finger up the backside. Yes, it's slightly enlarged. Nothing to worry about at all at this stage, he says. Fair enough, thank you very much. Away I go. Following years, blood tests again, PSA blood test. Last year I had a PSA blood test. The result was 10. Now, I knew the numbers, a high number is concerning, but I didn't know how high it goes. Anyway, as I said, it was 10. Gets a letter, the doctor makes a letter appointment for me to go and have an MRI scan. So I've gone to have an MRI scan. They've looked at that, this, that and the other. Yes, I need to come back at another stage to have biopsies done. Fair enough. I'm not worried. I was concerned. I was, have I, haven't I? It's going through the stages now rather than just a blood test and the finger at the backside, MRI test. Now I'm going through a biopsy test. So goes in for the biopsy test. I have to admit, it's not the most pleasant of things to have done, but it just needs to be done. So the doctor will explain to you what's going to happen. So she explained to me, so you're laying down, you've got your legs in stirrups for obvious reasons because they're working down at your backside. Couple of injections. I have to admit it did sting a bit, but you've got to grin and bear it. Then they take the biopsies. I don't know how many she took, about 6, maybe more biopsies and all that. And I have to admit that they kept asking me when I was in the hospital getting ready to have the biopsies, do I mind them testing it? Which I thought was a funny question to ask. Well, that's what I'm here for, to take a biopsy and you test it, take it away and test it to see whether I've got cancer or not. But I think about 3 times I was asked, do you mind if we test it? Anyway, obviously, no, you go away and test it. So I've had the biopsies done. I think it was about 6-7 weeks later, and I got a letter through saying everything was okay. No concerns, no worries whatsoever. They gave me an envelope to take to the doctor to have another PSA blood test in 3 months' time, which I did do. I can't think whether I got a result for that or not. I'm not too sure now. But as far as I'm concerned, everything's okay. The other one thing they did explain to me after the biopsies is that when you pass water, when you go and have a wee, you will pass blood. Not just the once, I think it was about a couple of days. Obviously at first it's strong blood and then it just thins out. Nothing to worry about, they said. When you go for a poo, you're going to have the same thing. You will pass blood again in your poo. And the other thing you're going to have blood in is your semen. So when you ejaculate and you have passing semen, you're going to get blood in that. So, as I said to me, there is no concerns about any of that. So, as I say, I've put myself in for another blood test every year. So, lads, can't explain it any more than that. This is my own personal experience, and over the last 6 months that this has happened, and we keep being told, PSA blood tests on doctors, but I wanted to tell you the stages of what happens in the stages, as I say. So you got the PSA blood test, you got the finger up the backside, then it was the MRI scan, and then it was the biopsies, then another blood test, and the results. And I'm grateful to say that everything's okay. So lads, very important. Don't be ashamed. Don't be shy. Go and have it done. It means a lot. Okay? Thanks for watching. Sorry if I babble on this, that and the other, but that's me. Thank you. Bye.